How many guys find muscles on women attractive? I'm not gonna lie, muscles make me into an unrepentant simp. And I'm not the only one. A lot of men and boys nowadays seem into it, to the point where muscle mommy is a popular genre on TikTok, and the anime manga community is chock full of muscle fetishists. And X200B. And don't get me started on that. Muscular women think they're gods, meme from 2 years ago. And X200B. I don't just mean being toned, but still feminine. I also mean straight up being muscular. Big biceps, broad shoulders, wide jacked back, strong legs, six-pack, etc. So how many guys here are into this? Toned, absolutely. If a woman looks feminine and robust, that's the magic combo. If a woman looks like Arnie in a wig, that's not my bag. Athletic versus jacked, if I had to put labels on it. As long as boobs still squishy. Yes, exactly. As long as the squishy parts still squish, I'm all for muscle mommies. And GT. As long as the squishy parts still squish. What an interesting way of putting this. As a woman who are naturally curvy, I'm 140 pounds, to further clarify what I'm referring to. This is nice to hear. I've always hated my big thighs, but from now on I'll instead think of them as squishy parts. Grin. To quote one of the great sexual philosophers of our time, me in a different comment on this thread, all boobs are good boobs if they are attached to a good person. Also, 140 pounds is a wonderful weight to hold as long as you are over 2 feet and less than 8 feet tall, smiling face with open hands. My favorite type of boobs are the ones I'm allowed to touch. My wife has large thighs and I get to have them on both sides of my head fairly often. It's quite nice. Active noise cancelling. Nice. My fiancé is a professional rock climbing coach and amp setter, and goddamn she is jacked while also being ludicrously thick. Thanks Jamaican genes. We live together in a tiny 1-bedroom and rarely wear clothes, and I live in my own little slice of heaven. Username checks out. Not me. Athletic women are hot, such as a soccer player, volleyball players, and a sizable number of women involved in track and amp field. Once you get into the bodybuilding, particularly those that juice, nah bro, they're all yours. Yup, athletic is hot AF. Muscular might be impressive but a turn-off to me when it comes to attractiveness. I'm totally cool with all the muscle you can build * naturally. IMHO, those people can still look feminine. The second you start using steroids is the second I nope out. This isn't an opinion just men hold. I think lean beef patty looks fantastic, but that's as big as I would be okay with. This post is definitely inspired by her. I think most guys that think of bodybuilders here mean literal IFBB pros or other weightlifters on PEDs. A muscular woman is in general attractive. It is extremely hard for a woman to naturally reach the stage of muscularity where it turns men off. Which also takes years of dieting, genetics, and dedication. TLDR, don't be afraid to hit the gym. You are wrong. I did one bicep curl and now I look like Ronnie Coleman. Average 5'2" lifter. Female bodybuilder on gear? No. Natural girl who actually lifts and doesn't only train her ass and legs? Yes. As long as they still look like women athletic girls are. Super hot. Once they hop on gear and start looking like my gym buddy who benches 315 and has a beard, nah no thanks. Toned, yes. Bodybuilder? Nope. A natural bodybuilder looks surprising fine. If they are on gear though, that's when it becomes unattractive. People acting like female bodybuilding only consists of roided up juice heads is seriously stupid. I'm pretty sure 90% of guys wouldn't say no to any off-season professional female bodybuilders competing in bikini or wellness divisions. 90% of guys wouldn't say no to most females with a vagina, TBF, unless the question was, do you want me to put my clothes back on? The bar for what a guy would say yes to is way lower than what anyone thinks. Terms like muscle mommy and the other mommy names are just a bunch of chronically online things. Lol. Just like every other body type, there will always be people genuinely into muscular women. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, but online everything's trendy and exaggerated. I had a gym teacher that was a muscle woman. All my classmates said she was hideous because she looked like a dude. So, I'm guessing it's not a generalized thing men want. I have a coworker whose wife is very muscular, and he's not. He's mocked about it constantly, usually behind his back. People openly joke about getting pegged by his macho wife. I don't think he quite realizes how widespread it is. So yes, I can confirm that A, most guys don't find that attractive, and B, there's a stigma to being with a muscular woman. Sounds more like insecure people projecting onto your coworker. There's stigma to being with a woman who just has opinions. Our culture loves to criticize. To each their own. It's not my thing. As an erotic or sexual turn-on, I'm neutral about it, but I have mad respect for anyone who dedicates themselves to any craft enough to become very skilled. That said, fit women are hot AF to me, regardless of appearance. This is probably unpopular and probably stemming from my own issues, but I don't like the toned or bodybuilder type. I actually prefer a little bit of fat and don't really like seeing any muscle definition. Absolutely nothing wrong with it, just my own preference. How does that stem from your issues? How is that an issue at all? Preferences are preferences. I prefer my women soft, which to me seems more normal than preferring a woman with the musculature of a man. He's the extreme minority in this thread, so he's probably thinking something is wrong with him. It's weird that we rarely see muscular women portrayed as love interests in media or in celebrities, but based on this thread, it seems like muscular women are the baseline of what men find attractive. Another case of Reddit not being real life. In real life, I don't think I know a single person who's expressed preference for a muscular woman. I always find it amazing how fringe ideas are so popular on Reddit. Redditors hate cars, but in real life I don't know a single person who hates cars. Edit. Also, the average Redditor would say anything to please a woman, even if it's a woman who they will never met in real life. Dunno why you'd suggest this stems from issues. I definitely prefer some meat on my women, like bordering on chubby but not quite. Think Renaissance era Venus, Aphrodite. I'm really lean, quite skinny overall, but not an ounce of softness whatsoever. I swim a lot, rock climb regularly, and been doing strength training for the past couple years. So, I kind of want the opposite in my partner. I just don't find women with a similar build to mine, or even more muscular, to be very feminine. Women with shredded physiques and visible abs are attractive from a place of, that's a lot of dedication and commitment, and, she could probably squat more than me, badass. But it just lacks any sort of feminine softness. That's one of my main draws of attraction to women physically. Maybe I'm a whore, but I think there's something attractive about any woman. I love the muscle mommies. Toss me around, girl. Toned, sure. Built like The Rock, not my cup of tea. Does nothing for me. I'm a big fan of athletic and physically capable women, so fully understand why it's a big thing for some guys. There are female bodybuilders that I have found extremely attractive, but I generally prefer some jiggle. Muscular woman equals big thighs equals crush my head, please. Why is this a thing among many guys? I'm just curious. Personally, the pressure, not too much, can be both euphoric and erotic. I can't speak for all men, but it's exciting to have a woman wrap her legs around your head. Interesting to hear that from a man's pav. Thanks for replying, smile. The pressure squeezes the bad thoughts out like juice from a lemon. Super fit ladies? Beefy ladies? Yep and yep. Me, this guy, had a woman dead lift me then throw me on the bed. I was hard as granite before I even landed.